Jessica Harrison and Tony Bassett were married 10 years ago. Some of you may remember that. Who was around? Who were in their lives during this special event? Raise your hand. Nice. And you're still here. You're still in their lives. They're still in your lives. That's wonderful. Their stories actually converged almost 25 years ago. And at that time, they knew that they loved and they respected one another, but they weren't ready to be in a relationship together yet. Before they could share lives together, they had to live more on their own. They had to learn more about themselves. They had to grow. And then, 15 years ago, they chose to explore life together. And the learning continued, not just about one another, but also of each other. And the growth continued as well. They endured many hard seasons, such as when Toni had her stroke and they were dislocated because of a house fire, and they lost both of their fathers. And they never gave up on each other. They grew together. And we see the fruits of such growth today. When I get the pleasure of doing ceremonies like this, I like to give the couples homework. And the couples always love the homework because there's a lot of it, and that makes it more fun. Part of the homework I give is for them to pick a passage or a poem or a song, some writing of some kind that they feel encapsulates who they are, something that has special significance for them. Jessica and Toni picked the Peace Prayer. Some of you may know this as the Prayer of St. Francis, although St. Francis died hundreds of years before it was written. But it's often called that because it seems to draw a lot of inspiration from his life. It certainly pulls from a life committed to humility and service and selflessness instead of self-aggrandizement. It's very telling that you all picked this prayer of all things. By choosing this prayer, Jessica and Toni are saying that this isn't just a prayer that reminds us of St. Francis, it's their prayer. It's their prayer as well. It is their singular prayer, but it's their conjoined prayer also. Where we see, Lord, make me an instrument of your peace, we can see Jessica pursuing this. We can see Toni pursuing this. But by doing this together, they change the prayer from an individual pursuit to a partnership pursuit. Lord, make us instruments of your peace. Ecclesiastes 4 says that two are better than one, because when one falls down, who can help them back up? But when two are together, the other can help the person who has fallen. Pursuing peace, pursuing communal healing in this aching world is hard in the best of times. But together, you two have and are and will continue to make a difference for those that your lives intersect with. The prayer continues on using this imagery of sowing. It's farming or gardening metaphor. And it brings to mind this passage in the book of Isaiah where the writer foresees a world where instruments of war are turned into farming instruments, where tools of death, like the sword, are turned into plowshares that help till the ground to produce life. So we have this cultivation metaphor for your lives together. And I think that fits very well for this garden of life that you have been tending to. The garden of life is overrun. It has a lot of weeds, guys. There's a lot of invasive brambles. It has hate and it has injury. It has doubt and it has despair. It has darkness and sadness, and these are overwhelming. They're like trying to get blackberries out of your garden. Frustrating. These tenacious vines just keep coming back. What can you do? What do you do about that? In the prayer, you plant and you nurture better crops. You sow love and forgiveness. You sow faith and hope. You sow light and joy. And this is the fruit you're producing. This is the fruits that you have produced. This is the fruit that you will continue to produce. And it's good fruits. Fruit that the world hungers for. Fruit that our neighbors hunger for. Fruit that you hunger for. And it's what peace looks like. When we need an example of what peace looks like, we can look at this prayer. And we can look at the fruits that we're producing together. We can look at the fruit that you're aiming to produce. But how do we cultivate a garden like this? With the help of God, seeking the well-being of others. By seeking to comfort first instead of being comforted. By seeking to understand first instead of being understood. By seeking to love first instead of being loved. And this is what a couple committed to peace together and for others strives for. When conflict comes, when miscommunication comes, when the tears come, seek to comfort and to understand and to love instead of seeking to get these things in return. And by giving in such a way, the prayer carries this hope that you will also receive such things as well. By forgiving, you will also be forgiven. And by dying to self, you are born to eternal life. A life so full, it overflows from this one into the next. When you pursue these things in the garden of your lives together, there will be peace even amidst the weeds. And you will also be effective instruments of peace in the spaces where your lives, your gardens, converge with others. When I look at the lives that you have created with one another, I know I've only known you for 2 years, but they've been 2 instructive years for me. I see a partnership that's not aiming to get yours, but to take care of one another and to take care of the other folks who come across your paths. You walk alongside each other. I know we often feel like, what good can we do in this world? What good can one person do? Lucky for you, you're not one person. You're 2 people. You're making a difference in each other's lives, in your families, for your friends, for this church, so many other people. Just by being people of love, and people of peace. Thank you. And keep it up. All right? Because we need more of it. We need less of these blackberry bushes.